Brazil's largest city, Sao Paulo, faces an exponential increase in the number of people living on the streets, as well as a change in the profile of those affected by the situation. The end of public housing programs of the Bolsonaro government and the economic crisis are among the reasons for this. More details with our correspondent Ignacio Lemos.
A census conducted by the city of Sao Paulo recorded a 31% increase in the homeless population in that city, an increase for 24,344 people to 31,884 by the end of 2021.
More than 50% of the housing deficit in Brazil comes from the excessive increase in rent. We have two parallel processes. The economic crisis led to very high unemployment and an increase in the index that regulates rent that was 36%. This makes it impossible for families to stay in their homes.
Jair Bolsonaro's government put an end to public housing programs. In January, inflation reached its highest increase in 6 months, an accumulated growth of 10.30% in 1 year. The result of the equation is a change in the profile of the homeless, transforming an historical social assistance problem into one that is mainly focused on housing.
Normally, the largest percentage of people on the streets were single or many LGBT people with family problems who ended up leaving their homes and living in the streets. That was the profile, but it changed a lot with the increase of prices. A new profile with family on the streets is what we are seeing today. Complete structured families with children living on the streets.
Sao Paulo is the largest city in Brazil and also the richest in South America. Father Julio Lancelotti, a reference in assisting the homeless population, explains the structural contradictions. If the logic is neoliberal capitalism, it is part of that logic to have people discarded. Then we are looking at the logic of the system. There will be no change unless we change the system. We would need to have another form of economic organization, and I believe that its economic order is very strong. It's a dragon against an ant. So it's quite difficult to think that there is a humanization of capitalism. Capitalism by itself is dehumanizing. The minimum wage in Brazil is $230 and the basket of goods and services is 61% of that amount. The housing deficit in Brazil is close to 6 million homes.
Ignacio Lemos y Juliana Cid para teleSUR.